Don't be shy. Stay away from the voodoo.
Hello?
Hello, folks.
Yeah.
Is my mic okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I haven't used it for a while.
Hello.
Hey,
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Alright, I guess.
Does anyone know who Moodoo is?
Yeah, he's my friend from real life friend. So
Oh.
he was already in the guild with different characters.
Oh, okay.
And I just found out that my microphone was muted. That explains why no one was answering me.
No, we
Oh,
were just
man.
ignoring.
Yeah, just to confirm, the Discord's getting recorded on the stream perfectly fine.
Even Tiv.
I don't know. I already closed it now, but it was picking up everyone else.
Yeah, unless you had it set up.
Been a while, Father. How are you doing, mate?
It has. I'm alright. Just developed a crippling D&D habit to balance out my crippling WoW habit.
There's no such thing as too much D&D.
Well, tell that to my social life.
It's a social activity.
Oh.
Yeah, true. It counts, right?
Yeah, I think that counts.
Excellent. I'm still fine. I'm still humming and hawing about coming back for Dragonflight. Do the usual thing of hit the first tier, and then get bored.
That's not entirely true. You sticked it out through the second tier as well in Shadowlands.
That's fair actually. It's normally 2 tiers. You're right. How optimistic.
Well, not gonna force you to come back, but you'd be welcome if you wanted to.
Thank you, mate.
I'm gonna force everyone to come back.
Well, that sounds like a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
I'll let you start with Tom. That'll be an interesting conversation.
Yeah. I don't know how to make that happen, but I will try.
Devolve into violence too quick.
Very important. We need to capture your voice.
No, it's working. I just muted Discord and opened the thing again, and I could hear you on it. Think it should be working.
Yeah.
Hello!
Hello.
There we
There's
go.
Gerald.
There's steroid. What, mine? It's 500, I think. I think I'm over 600. But, yeah. But it is a very cool mount, I think.
Yeah, I need to get it. But I don't know how to, but it's so cool. Wow. Spectral Otter.
Even more interestingly, not only does it have a flight speed, it also has a swim speed. So it's the only mount you'll ever need in the future.
Oh my god. Oh.
I need 24 mounts to get it, apparently.
Have you bought the 2 million gold spider yet? Because that could be one of them.
I haven't had that much gold ever in retail, I think.
I had like 3 million, but I remember I just got like the frog. And I don't remember what more I got. Because I was trying to get the Brutasaur, but I just gave up.
Yeah, I was on that attempt for a Brutasaur train as well. I got to 3.7 before the expansion hit.
Hmm.
Tiv's got it though, because of course Tiv has it.
Somebody come and help me summon the.
Ah, yeah, sorry.
I just need 20. Wait, I don't know math. Yeah, I need 28 more amounts. I don't know how to get those.
Something I find a little weird is they only added one more tier of mounts and toys, but they added like 5 new pets, even though it's only possible to get the first of the ones that they added, because they literally aren't enough pets in game.
Oh, I feel here.
Do we like wait a few minutes more if anybody else is turning up?
Yeah, I guess we can wait a bit.
Yeah, I mean there was never a calendar event for this, so I
Oh.
mean like it's hard to know who's gonna show.
I mean, we're gonna like take 5 minutes in this raid, so it's more of a hangout thing, I guess.
Well, yes.
We could take half our gear off.
Naked raid.
Then we're all gonna be naked.
It's a weird vibe.
Oh my god.
Playing naked.
Let me eat.
If they do Warlords of Draenor Classic and actually like change it too,
We-
so that they add all the stuff that they removed before the expansion came out, like I might actually play it.
We can keep the chest on our pants.
I mean, this expansion had some really good raids, just not so much anything else.
I'm assuming you're talking about WOD here.
Yeah,
Yeah, agreed. WOD had some very good raids, but otherwise it was a bit.
well, there was lots of content that they just scrapped.
Well, yeah.
This was the expansion I joined Origin, I think. That's how far
Wow.
back it was.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I did Heimel, me, Josh, and JD started our own little guild with one of my mates, and we did Heimel as like the most scuffed group possible. Like we were struggling with like 10-man normal and shit. It was fucking hilarious, but it was like good crack. And then we also split, and I got sick of being in the bottom rung of literally everything, so I think I ended up joining you guys.
Yeah, Heimel. I was in a guild with Tom and some real life people. It was also utterly garbage until near the end of the tier. I came back here.
I was there too.
Yes, that's true. Elliot was there as well. But
You're
Elliot
one of the
did not
real
go
life
into
people.
Elliot did not join into Origin after that fell apart. He went into the Saints.
Yeah, where you met me.
God, as if. Yeah.
I think so.
Well.
It was yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, this is when they made Mythic its own difficulty, yeah. Because it was the pre-patch that they added, that they made it so that there was 4 levels of raiding. There was flex mode, which is now just normal mode, and they added Mythic. But yeah, as you say, it was a good expansion raid-wise, but otherwise there wasn't that much to do.
There's not much going on.
But if it wasn't for that time, then we wouldn't be together now. Isn't that sweet?
I guess.
That's one of the words I wasn't thinking of, but yeah, sure, why not?
Just mean that's when a lot of us met each other. Some of us were mates already back in MOP, but like half the group met each other this expansion.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, I remember at this point in Warlords, I was on a server called Blade Fist, and I was in a Swedish guild at the time that I joined. And I remember telling them that I needed to gear, and they said, "Yeah, we'll help you out." But they never brought me to raids, so I was still like stuck pugging and stuff. That's when I joined the Saints for a pug on Blackrock Foundry, I think. And after that, I decided to apply for the guild and change servers and shit.
Actually got gear.
Well, yeah, it was a good choice because I don't think I would have been in the Origin otherwise. It was quite random that it was like through a pug in like Blackrock Foundry,
Yeah.
like normal or something.
Life works in mysterious ways, I guess.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, when did Legion come out?
Photos.
2015, 16.
Jesus.
I remember when we met the first time, and I came to you, and I didn't have a computer, and you were just playing Legion all the time, and I was so bored because I didn't have Legion because I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
It was so boring. But I miss Legion so much.
Yeah. That was a fun expansion.
Well, fingers crossed that in a few weeks we'll have a good expansion again. It
Yeah.
remains to be seen whether it will be or not, but
Mm.
My hopes have never been like this low.
At least we will have Dragon Frogs.
To be fair, I've been deliberately staying away from it, just in case. It's either very good or very bad.
it looks promising, but whether it remains on track is a very different question, because people were saying that about Shadowlands when it was at the end of BFA.
Oh yeah, for sure. I read something the other day about, we think we've got everything balanced, and then the next day it was like minus 25% to enhancement shamans or something. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Cool.
and
yeah, good numbers.
about 20% to Windwalker monks as well at the same time.
Fuck's sake.
To be fair, Windwalker monks were ridiculously overpowered, but still, you'd think they
Nice
would
though, for
fix
once.
that earlier.
I mean, like usually before every expansion, I read a lot of stuff, watch a lot of videos, and get into it. But I actually haven't really been keeping up for Dragonflight.
Yeah.
It's also the thing where I started playing Wrath of Lich King Classic, and I'm having a really good time.
Tom was playing that. His classic raiding guild has already given up until Ulduar comes out after like 3 weeks.
Well, it's because
Jesus.
you only need like about 2 weeks, and you can have your entire BIS set up like of gear, and you will have cleared all of the content. Like, I mean, it took me 1 week to get like now I can join any raid basically, and I've cleared them all. What's left for me to do is basically achievements and stuff, but I think that's fun.
Wow, yeah. And first tier of Wrath was notoriously very easy.
Well, I think it was way harder back then anyway. Like now it's just ridiculous. People are doing like up to 7 or 8k DPS at Nax. People
Well,
were not
even
doing
at the
those
time-
numbers at the time.
Even at the time, Nax was fairly easy.
It
But
was easy, but it's
with
not the way it is now.
modern knowledge, it's even more easy, yeah.
Yeah, people were not exactly aware of how to min-max and player rotation like to the like the proper way back then.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
Yeah.
Great.
Hey, hello, steroid.
It was set. My audio was set to SPIF for some reason, and I don't even know what that is.
Josh is like desperately trying to get on WoW, but his laptop apparently can't really take the new standards introduced with this pre-patch.
We tried to have a
But-
game with him earlier on to catch up, and he got into Orgrimmar and just ditched.
He's he will be on the Discord though, I think, in a bit.
Yeah.
Because he knows we're in voice.
What's the stream? We can
I've
give him
linked
that
it
as well,
to
can't
him.
we? Yeah, nice.
we assume this is most people or everyone.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Well, I just saw that Josh successfully started BattleNet.
Ooh.
Step one.
Step 1.
Oh,
Oh, hang on. Don't have Leap of Faith anymore? Fuck.
Is it a talent still?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
still get it.
perception.
It
Okay.
just must not be in the
No, it's,
default build.
no, it's not. Right, hang on. What can I get rid of? Too much trolling possibilities with Leap of Faith for me not to have it.
I don't know why you would ever not take Leap of Faith as a priest. It's got to be the most entertaining skill.
Exactly. Kind of annoying you can't just change one though. Like this doesn't change ends, but I can't take 1 point out of Angelic Feather and put it into Leap without undoing like 19 points of talents.
Yeah, that is a bit of an annoying one. It does like highlight the ones that you've recently taken a point out of if you do that, but it's still annoying that you have to faff like that.
All the technical issues today.
yeah.
First
And that
time
ours
on
is,
for some people.
yeah.
I went to update my add-ons earlier, and it was like, oh, it's been 137 days since you last logged in. I was like, oh, for me. Okay.
Yeah. That's like when I got convinced to log on to RuneScape like a month ago. I don't know
Oh
why.
no.
But it was like you lost online 1,387 days ago or something.
I think you
Oh,
could probably
right.
triple that for me. I think I've been on
Yeah.
RuneScape since I was 13.
Quick, calculate his age.
More than that. You assume I've done the calculation. You sir are wrong.
I played RuneScape for a bit when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I remember that I had a full rune set. Then I died in the wilderness and lost all my gear. I got so angry that I destroyed my mouse and keyboard, so I wasn't allowed to play it anymore.
Nice.
That's
Yeah, that'll
that's
do.
me.
That was
That's
okay,
me
though.
when I say Witcher 3. 3, I mean. Oh my god, not 3.
Yeah, I think I played RuneScape until I could afford a WoW sub. I think that's what it was.
I started playing RuneScape in, I think, year 5 of primary, and through to about halfway in year 7 when Tom was like, hey, you know World of Warcraft, you should play that. Fucking Tom.
If you like RuneScape, here's something even more addictive.
Ruining your life.
Of course, this was after he scammed me on RuneScape with a sandwich bag that he said was a 30-slot bag and bought a cannon with it.
Fucking Tom.
Just Tom things.
You don't forget that shit either, man.
No, you don't.
Like, I still remember the guy who nicked all my Pokemon cards on the last day of primary school. He went to a different secondary. I could never find him again.
Ah, fuck him.
Bastard. Sam Phillips, I will hunt you down.
I was trying to convince all my friends back in the day to get into WoW, like for years, for like the first 3 expansions when they were playing RuneScape. I wasn't allowed to anymore, so I was just playing WoW. I told them WoW was much better. They didn't believe me. Then they actually started playing WoW in Cataclysm, and I was like, "Well, I'm quitting."
Aw.
Now you guys are here.
Yeah, you've got new friends now. Who needs those old friends?
Yeah, let's wait for Josh.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
can't get retail running, I think he might play a classic, but he will be on Discord.
I require a target. Yum, shop, browse. Smell. May your feet find good trail.
Oh,
Did it work?
vague success.
Should we summon him?
Certainly give it a go.
Maya's in the bathroom, but she'll be back soon.
Looks like he's inside.
Oh. Shall we all go inside?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we can enter the raid.
The lift boss is first.
Oh no,
No.
the classic.
And how many people will fail?
God, I miss Leap of Faith so much, man. So much trolling, so little time.
Didn't Evokers get like a fancier version of Leap of Faith?
God damn, what didn't they get, man? Fuck.
They've got a thing that lets them pick someone up and then fly 40 yards with them in their arms.
Oh yeah, I'm going Evoker. So many chances.
Hey Josh, welcome mate.
Yeah, dude.
Hello.
You can hear me.
Hello, hello.
Hey,
You're getting flashbacks, Josh.
I was Prospect at the time, not Fury.
Oh, in that case, never mind.
I miss
Sure.
that. I miss
What? No, what
Mod
was he
Prop
called?
a lot.
What was he called? What was he called? Terminal. Remember Terminal?
Oh god. Don't even start.
this was the last raid where I played an acceptable version of Survival Hunter.
I feel like it's a personal dig. Josh has a bit of a love-hate relationship with Survival, if I remember rightly.
Survival Hunter is a good spec, or at least it was.
Yeah, last time we checked, which was...
Yeah, I'm not going to be playing it in Dragonflight though.
It was overpowered in the last season of Shadowlands, if that helps. The tier set bonus was ridiculous. It
Doesn't
made
mean
your
it's
bombs
good.
do a ton of damage.
I just remember when we did achievements and everyone got chased around by the butcher because we had to like do an achievement and it took so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think survival-wise, there's a place for melee survival, but it should have maybe been a new spec instead of replacing what survival was at the time.
I just wish they'd gone further with the Rexar inspiration. Like, they could have made it a cool dual wield, like throwing axes and stuff type thing. Instead, I don't know what the direction was. Like every other class in spec feels like there's some sort of inspiration behind it, whereas I don't think there was one for this.
I think it was like half... Exactly that. Half Rexar, half like random engineering. And then like another part of something else entirely.
Yeah, so this was the first raid that JD John did. When we got into when I introduced him to WoW, it was just before the start of WoD.
Yeah. It's a very good raid to start with.
Yeah,
I think
it's a shame that this is pretty much the best thing about. Well, to be fair, all the raids in WoD were good, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was about, I think the first time he really raided was with this, and he was still like middle of the pack on his, was he Marksman Hunter at the time?
He was Marksman Hunter at the time, yeah.
Within a couple of weeks, he was top 3 every fucking raid.
Such a good man.
Dwarf Marksman Hunter.
He was. Shit, we were Alliance. Oh god, we were
no.
Alliance. Oh, why did you have to put that out there? Fuck.
Dwarf Marksman Hunter with a bow instead of a gun, by the way.
For God's sake.
Like, that's different. Yeah.
To be fair, this hunter was a night elf for a while in Wrath of Lich King.
Oh, could you be any more basic white girl?
That was a male.
Who
night elf.
didn't start the game with a night elf hunter? Like,
Yeah, he was he was like the next best thing though.
Well,
Let's not lie to ourselves.
I started this character as an orc. It was just that my server at the time in Wrath, Rune Totem, it got run over by Italians, so there were no English-speaking guilds left. So I faction changed because the Alliance side still had some English-speaking guilds. Then the guild I was in decided to free transfer to a dead server called Vecnalosh because they wanted to be the best guild on the server they were on.
I just realised that you've killed the butcher whilst I was in the fucking cutscene from Kargath.
Yep.
Let people catch up.
We can wait up a bit.
The pictures still up.
We
Is there
can
no
just-
respect for roleplay?
We can decide not to use our mounts, I guess. It'll take us a bit longer to clear, but that's I think that's fine.
I started the game as a gnome warlock because that's what Tom played and it looked cool to me. I quickly
That's strong. That's pretty
I
strong
was-
though. Like, that's respectable. That's a respectable choice.
I lasted till level 32 before I got pissed off with the Alliance community on the server we were on and went forward.
I lasted about 6 hours on my first character, which was a Night Elf Hunter. I had a grey bow, I didn't have money for arrows, and I just could not put up with it, so I switched to Mage.
Because mage's projectiles are free.
Yep.
So, this was like,
This is
of all of like the whole raid, this is the thing that I have the most memories with, and it's because the guild that we were in like fell apart halfway through this raid, and me, Paul, so Varpen, and JD decided to basically take what was left of this guild and make our own one. But because we had such a small raid team, we had barely enough people to do the raid, and we had to pug more ranged players so that we could do the flamethrower mechanic here. And the way that I did it was, I invited loads of pug hunters, promising each of them the bow that he drops, because it was literally the only raid bow in the game until Blackrock Foundry came out. Promised them all it, and then the first time that it dropped, I just gave it to JD, and we just kicked them all out of the group.
Wow.
Yeah, we were those guys. It was necessary.
The
Oh my God.
dream. This was the tank raid leader dream. Like, honestly, the ego trip was amazing.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a nice ball.
But to be fair, we had you and main tank. JD was pretty much the only like consistent DPS, and we had me and Jericho as the only like the healers. So we had a decent
Yeah.
core. It was just we didn't have the numbers.
Because you were 6 short of an actual team.
Yeah, this is it. This was when they like properly introduced flex raiding, and it was the problem with that system was it's never designed for 10 people.
Yeah, even now.
Especially this fight. Yeah.
Yeah, most fights are easier the more people you have, except a couple
Yeah.
of very specific ones like Kel'Thuzad.
To be fair, I remember when I was raiding with you guys and we did Gahoon Heroic. That's absolutely a fight which is much easier with less people because of the fact that with all the fucking mold balls flying everywhere.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
I actually really liked that raid, Old Deer.
Yeah, I like that raid a lot. I've got some good screenshots of that raid.
Yeah, have you seen the screenshots Elliot put in the chat earlier on?
Yeah, I was trying to see if I was in any of them, but I dipped out before you even got decided after its normal mode.
Yeah.
You had, I think, about a week and a half and then went, nah.
The problem is when you're making WoW videos, there's not actually any time to play the game. It's a bit of a tragic situation.
Goddamn jobs.
All that hype for one shot.
Well, that was nice. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, you remember the flamethrower mechanics on that being absolutely a fucking nightmare.
I remember basically just shouting at shit healers because they couldn't keep the mushrooms healed enough.
Hey! Let's not have a fucking go, right? We're having a nice time, alright? Goddamn.
It's like a family reunion with all the bad secrets coming to light.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go drunk uncle in a minute, I swear to God.
Give it another 5 minutes. Somebody will be in tears. Another person will just throw their mic at the wall and run off
Yeah.
screen.
The true tragedy of all of this is that we have stories from WoD, we have stories from BFA and from Shadowlands with JD, but completely bypassed Legion. It's like, dude.
Best one.
Yeah, but to be fair, didn't he like pretty much dip on Legion to get like his life sorted out and get himself like, working and his labor and stuff.
I don't know about that. I think we just all got burned pretty hard on WoD.
Yeah, there wasn't really much to do
Yeah.
apart from raiding.
In Legion?
No, in Warlords.
Oh.
I mean, they had like so much cool content planned that they scrapped last minute.
Yeah, I don't
What do you
remember.
mean there was
Yeah.
nothing to do? You could catch beasts every couple of days so that you could feed them to your building to turn them into skin.
Yeah, and grind Apexis crystals, all of this amazing content.
I only played Battlegrounds in WoD. I didn't do anything else. Because I was in Ragnarok and I didn't understand the game.
But you could make so much gold.
Yeah. You
So
could
that you'd be ready for the next expansion.
You can make a ton
Wow.
of Legion as well.
And you.
Man, I remember how hyped everyone was for Legion, like, and for WoD, but like with Legion, I think
kind
that
of
people
pitched it.
knew it was going to be good. Like, and I think it's been a long time since there's been that sort of feeling in WoW.
Yeah.
Every expansion, people are like, next one's going to be good, honest. Well, us two haven't turned out like that, unfortunately, but we'll see.
I remember how hyped I was for the vampires here in Shadowlands.
I know,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah, we talked about it when you were here.
I know.
Yeah,
It was like fucking
yeah,
goth
yeah.
squad. Like
Yeah.
I thought this could be sick. It's like the
Yeah.
raid is like full on fucking. It's Bram Stoker's Dracula with fucking Gary Oldman. Like,
Yeah. But it was so bad.
yeah,
I
it was
really didn't
absolutely
like
awful.
Shadowlands. Yeah.
The only thing really good about BFA was now that I think about it, I know this was Shadowlands, but Waycrest Manor, man, that was when they did horror right. Like,
Oh yeah. I'm excited. And I think like Drustvar.
yeah, I know. Like, I think that if you love like gothic horror, like Justifier is just the perfect zone. It made me wish. I've still not done it on Alliance.
Oh, the Alliance Drustvar campaign is amazing.
Yeah, like I it's just thing is like each expansion that passes, it gets harder and harder to persuade me to play Alliance.
Yeah. I made an
Pointless.
Alliance character for a handful of things you can't get as a Horde character that I wanted for my collection. And so I did the campaign of BFA at the same time. They're all
Yeah.
pretty solid.
I think I did it just to unlock Cultarians and stuff.
Now, this
then
this boss is here. Like the cool thing about the Twin Ogrons is that there were twins that went to our school. One of them we're really good friends with, and we just basically all the time took the piss saying that these two fucking twins reminded us of two guys we knew in real life. I don't know if that like says a lot about Northern England, but yeah,
Yeah, that's Cumbria, dude. That's not even Northern. That's just Cumbria.
yeah.
I remember getting into arguments with Franny about which one of us did more damage on this fight.
Did you have a damage meter?
I was going to say, yeah, the numbers kind of speak for
I won, but she was adamant that she won. Even to this day, she still thinks she won.
I remember doing this in a pug, and I pulled the entire room here of trash with Barrage.
Hunter,
Barrage.
Yeah, spot the hunter.
will you by any chance be playing a Hunter in Dragonflight, Tim?
Well, actually,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
it's gonna be a Demon Hunter.
I'm strongly thinking about playing Beast Mastery.
Yeah.
A change,
Oh
wow.
my god.
Honestly, this is the thing about raiding with you is that there's just no point in playing Hunter because you know that like the Hunter spot is going to already be filled permanently.
Yeah, the
You know?
hunter spot.
We
Might-
will
might
never
as well, dude.
change.
Yeah.
But I want to try the dragons.
They look so crap though. Like I'm so salty because if you see like the big like Chad dragons with like do the weird spinny sword thing when they run at you, like why couldn't it be one of those guys? Like
I don't know.
like the massive meaty boys. Like why does it have to be the little skinny snake one?
I mean, they're not my favorite either, but the actual gameplay looks kind of interesting at least.
Yeah, it's good to see like a ranged, like a new ranged spec because there's just never been one.
Yeah,
What armor class are they? Are they
they're
Male.
male.
yeah, of course they are.
I
Got
just saw,
scale mail.
Thunder.
I mean, they had to be, right?
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah.
like,
There's
there-
too many of
there are, like,
everything else.
10 classes that wear leather.
I think they can
Yeah.
be female too.
oh my,
Way.
I'm sorry, are you
Wow.
Elliot or are you Arseid? Because that sounded like an Arseid joke.
wow.
It did a little bit, didn't
Definitely an RC joke.
You had the option, and I got there first.
it? You guys spent too long together.
Are we not doing cauldron?
I remember thinking that there was going to be like really cool lore behind this guy, and like that's how much hope I had for one. I thought we're going to find out cool lore about like weird like anti-fell ogres and shit, and just no, just didn't go anywhere.
Bless him.
I hated this fight though. This was like you needed to poke this fight.
I remember seeing this guy as like he's a big fan of Illidan, man.
Yeah,
He's got like his tattoos on his eyes.
his weapon is just bizarre to be honest. It's just like genuine, like WoW art is like make an ogre mace in 5 seconds, but make it kind of fell, but not.
Have a weird floaty bit at the bottom.
It was a very good fight.
Yeah.
This was such an annoying fight to tank, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I was the tank for this, and I fucking hate this fight.
Yeah, I was tanking when we were first in High Maul before I switched to play my monk, and God, I hated this fight.
I love the Margok fight though. That was so good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Doing that as a Brewmaster monk was especially fun because it's one of the few fights where Transcendence was amazing.
Yeah, like what I liked about it was is that I can't think of many boss fights where trash makes it more fun, but the fact that like as you go through that encounter, he summons trash. Like he summons like annihilators or whatever, like these massive guys, and it just the tension just ramps up more and more and more. It's awesome.
Yeah, there were definitely some good fights in WoD. It's just a shame the rest
Yeah.
of the expansion.
I know it's funny because it's kind of like the opposite of what the problem has been for BFA and Shadowlands. It's like the raiding was great, the tier sets were great, like the raiding was great, the visuals of the sets, well, apart from the last tier, but let's not talk about that, were great, but there was no other content. Whereas in like BFA and Shadowlands, like there was loads and loads of content, just none of it was finished.
Yeah. BFA had some decent boss fights. Shadowlands, I think there were very few, and I think all of them were in Nathria.
Yeah, I mean, like, Uldir is probably the longest continuous raid that I've raided. Like, with that, like, I can't believe that I managed, or any of us managed to keep raiding Uldir as long as we did, because that is, it has some good fights, but just visually, thematically, just and your gameplay outside the raid. Oh god, it's such a boring and like dull experience.
Cahoon used to be great fun though. Game
Yeah.
solo a thing that's supposed to be done by multiple people because monks.
Yeah, I think the frustrating thing with Cahoon is just like dying because of people's inability to move out of just one thing.
Yeah, and when
Again with the personal
self-
shots, man.
also with myself included, when someone assigned to doing a solo ball run fucks it up and then you have to restart the fight because of it.
Yeah.
I did that a few times.
I distinctly remember us having a warlock in the raid who was supposed to do one of the first runs of the basketballs, and he put down his portal. He put down his portal to do the basketball run, and then as the pull counter was ticking down, he put down another portal so he could rush to fucking start DPSing the trash. So he had to wipe the entire thing.
Was it Tom?
If you were there, I think you all know who I mean.
I think it might have been, you know. And as soon as it started, he got there. He's like, "Yeah, oh wait, it's gone. It's not there anymore. Shit."
That extra trash DPS is what it's all about, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, missing a priest.
Yeah. Sorry, I ran out of Moretti. It seemed more important for alcohol. Sorry. I can't raid sober anymore. What I'm saying.
Oh
On
dear.
the plus side, Paul, my FPS so far has actually been solid. So as long as I just don't go into any cities.
Yep. Cities, populated areas, battlegrounds.
Yeah.
Maybe you're
Perfectly
gonna have to
fine.
go back to PvE, dude. Maybe that's it.
I wonder if restarting after updating my drivers and then doing just the general update that my PC needed has maybe helped. I don't know.
Are you minimum graphics?
I can see through the floor right now.
Nice.
So, yeah. The concrete,
Classy.
the grouting in this beautiful palace is just not. It's kind of got a bit translucent.
Subpar grouting. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
I spent the first couple of years raiding in WoW with a MacBook Air that used to get so
Yes.
hot it almost melted through the table. And in raids,
Yeah.
I frequently had single figure frame rate.
It just makes the game so bad. Like, it doesn't matter if you're doing like the best thing in the game. Like, if the FPS is like in single figures, it's just absolutely awful.
Yep.
Yeah, I had. And Elliot's gonna call me out for telling the story again. In Dragon Soul, I used to tank with most fights less than 1 FPS because my laptop was so bad. And on one fight, my mouse broke during the fight, so I had to do 3/4 of the fight with a trackpad.
How the fuck did you get through Ultraxion?
You know,
How did you press your special action key that like 3 times?
I don't know. Somehow I made it. It was definitely an interesting time.
Yeah.
I think Ultraxion was the only fight that I liked in Dragon Soul.
What, just stand and press F1 every like 20 seconds and then just DPS?
It wasn't really because of that. It was because of the voice acting.
I am the beginning of the end.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It was.
The shadow which blots out the sun.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, like for like a pump and dump boss like Ultraxion, they went hard.
For Ultraxion, and I was healing as Holy Paladin, I loved that fight because I always got to take the infinite mana and cast speed buff.
Yeah.
So I spam my Holy Radiance on everyone and top healing by like 3 times the next person.
I actually really love Dragon Soul. I just have extremely fond memories of just playing Skyrim and Dragon Soul, and that was life.
Yeah, I quite like Dragon Soul as well.
Never completed it.
I didn't actually raid in Cataclysm until Dragon Soul. So
Yeah, same.
but that was a pretty strong showing after not being in raiding for most of an expansion.
Oh, go, go, go.
Sorry.
Don't worry, this guy will take a while because he has immune phases.
Mechanics, wow.
What?
A baby vampire.
Kill the ads.
Josh, am I really that JD was the first guy to actually get this down out of the three of us?
Yeah, but only because he fucking joined. Like, we'd been doing it for like so long that for everyone else it was on farm. He just like slipped into him like a heroic pug, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, sure."
Little bastard.
Meanwhile, I was like, "We need to kill it as a group." No one is allowed to poke this boss and get better gear. We have to kill it as a group.
Getting better gear from this boss to kill this boss defeats the objective.
Exactly. I'm just trying to see who's got the coolest transmog in here, because I've not seen any of you guys for quite a while.
Important things.
It's not you, Arcade. You're wearing a fucking yak helmet and you've got a bare chest.
Dude.
That's what you like, right?
Transmog straight out of Mr. Pandaria.
That's cool though.
I mean, my transmog is literally straight out of Mr. Pandaria as well.
There's literally 2 items from Miss Pandaria in this transmog. Okay, 3, the bow as well.
I think every item I'm wearing except for the weapon is from Mr. Pandaria. I feel personally attacked by your comments.
Let me seek you out.
I don't have a target.
I think points have to go to steroid.
Is that just because of the pumpkin on his head?
No, come on. Full, like, vanilla gear. The Armageddon, the pumpkin on the head. It is a bold transmog that transcends time.
Well, he is a man who transcends time as well.
You're definitely not going with the Asmongold rules of like not having like more than like 1 or 2
No.
Matching
like,
set.
same
But to be fair, though, that might cosmetically be a set, but we all know it's not an actual set. So
Yeah, same with
Okay,
mine.
to match.
Mine isn't technically a set. It's just things that kind of fit together because they came out at the same time.
to be fair, I'm one of those weird people who actually prefers the aesthetics of vanilla WoW over modern WoW, like massively. So I think it looks way more punky and like 80s, like 3rd edition Warhammer style.
I mean, I did have Tom tell me that one of the reasons he was really liking Classic was because it looked less polished than current WoW.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Like, if you look at Naxxramas and then look at like, don't mean to shit on Old WoW. I'm not trying to bring that hate down myself, but Naxxramas looked much nicer than, say, ICC, and it's because they didn't take themselves so seriously.
We did it.
Yeah.
Good job, everyone.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Oh, I forgot to attack you.
in Wrath Classic right now, I have almost my full best in slot gear. Like my character, like if I would like make it that as a
Dude.
transmog, it would look like shit. But
I'm fucking level 76.
yeah, I jumped ahead.
Yeah, we should do a photo.
You'll get.
Oh yeah, don't we have to kill fucking what's his face? Cho Gal.
Oh
I
yeah.
just did.
Oh right, okay.
Oh yeah.
I was paying attention. That's definitely not him behind us.
Yeah, that was the ogre that died right at the end.
Which way are we facing? 'Cause it seems like we're facing 3 separate ways at the moment.
Boss in the background. A bit closer to the boss, I think. Oh, I said way too far forward.
Absolutely not.
This works, right?
I didn't see him and come more to see right. He looks so alone. Oh,
Okay, I'm snuggled up to catch steroid.
Yeah, I completely forgot how fucking fun WoW is when you play with actual people.
Wait, what? Humans?
28 years old, this should not be fair. Well, actually, I'm not 28, I'm 27.
Merely a
Just don't know
child.
what's going on.
It's not so fun when you get to your 100th kill of something and you still haven't got it down through the 3rd phase.
Yeah, sure. But that's when you take your annual break for a year.
Yeah, no, your expansion break. Yep,
There
that's
you
me.
go.
See you next time.
Yeah, Sepulchre was a bit like that.
Yeah.
This new raid, like, I like the look of it.
It was horrible.
Mate, the first ones, was it?
Yeah, Sepulchre.
What was the crack then? How did you guys do? I
Or,
haven't
you
actually
mean
talked to you since.
the new Dragonfly, right?
We got stuck on Anduin for quite a while, and then we got stuck on Rajalon, and then we got stuck on Lords of Dread, and then we got stuck on Jailer, and eventually gave up and bought a boost for half playing the game and half being carried, which then they massively nerfed it the week afterwards.
Oh no!
So yeah,
First time in
Yeah.
guild history where we've not managed to kill the
Hey,
boss ourselves.
We killed it ourselves. We were there playing.
yeah. To be
First time to be there, I wasn't there as well, so just gonna put 2 and 2 together there, guys.
Well, I mean, Sepulchre really that really killed Shadowlands for me at least.
yeah.
Well, that bad. I might have to do like Raid Finder or something later on. Just to actually see it.
Raid Finder is fine, but like just the progress
Yeah,
rating,
yeah.
it was like definitely one of the worst rating experiences that I've had ever in this game.
Oh fuck, really?
Well, problem is, Anduin was basically as strong as an end boss should be, and then there were 3 bosses that were harder after him.
Jesus.
So yeah.
It's totally overtuned, like the whole expansion.
Yeah. Anyway, now that we've cleared John's favorite raid of all time, is there anybody that would like to say anything about him or maybe like to him? This time, I think it's best to do it now. Yes.
Yeah, he was a real good, reliable stand-up bloke, and he was always happy to help out and just to be involved in what we were doing. He was great to be around.
Yeah, I think he'll certainly be missed in the raids to come. I remember after we did one of the Mythic Plus night, he messaged me just to say thank you to us for organizing stuff like that in game, which was just really nice. And
Yeah,
yeah,
that-
he'll be missed.
It's very rare,
Yeah.
I think. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
just take that for granted.
Hmm.
He didn't though. I just want to say that yeah, I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss the jokes.
Yeah.
His
Okay.
jokes were the only ones that I laughed at more in the raids than my own jokes. So that says a lot.
Yeah.
And I think we're definitely going to notice going into this first tier in Dragonflight without him. It's like a dimension that he brought to this core raid team that can never be replaced, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
100%.
Yeah.
And he was one of the ones who stuck around even when we had our worst times in this last raid tier.
Yeah, it was always here.
I never remember him getting frustrated or angry with anything.
No.
No.
He always volunteered to like pass on loot and stuff. To like, you know what some people are like.
Mhm. Even when we were wiping on multiple pulls of various different things, when I was with you guys, he'd always be whispering me backward and forward, and deliberately calling me out every time my damage was even slightly lower than his. I linked in my recount once. Linked in my my recount once, and it was 0.1% less than him, and he went still lower. For fuck's sake! All right.
Well, I'll say, obviously, I haven't raided with you guys since the very beginning of Shadowlands. But obviously, knowing him as well as I did, I spoke to him quite a lot about his continued experience in WoW. A lot of the time, you know it is. You're always talking to your friends about, like, are you still playing? Are you thinking of coming back? What's the new raid like? That sort of thing. What I would say is that some of you'll know obviously that John worked away from home quite a lot, particularly during the period that he was playing as part of the Origin. And I think that raiding was probably one of the big social activities that he still got to be able to have with the way that his lifestyle was made to be by his work. And I think realistically, it's important that everyone who did raid with him during that period acknowledges the fact that, I know that meant a lot to him, having that kind of contact with people and that kind of activity to do. So this sort of thing did mean a lot to him, and that's something that you all share. So, yeah.
Yeah, he was always welcome in raids.
Yeah,
Fuck
like
me, I
said,
need another beer.
yeah. I mean, like this is hard. Like this is it's not like I'm not gonna say that this is the worst thing we've had to do together as a guild. This is a day where we remember him, but obviously we've never had this happen to us as a guild. And not just losing a very reliable raider and guildmate, but also a guy that was a friend to all of us at the end of the day. And like I said, it's there's gonna be like one empty slot in this raid team forever, I guess.
Yeah. Damn right. Also, I just want to say now as well, like to you, Tim, thanks for doing this.
Yeah. I mean, like we all agreed pretty like right away that we were gonna do something. I think it's like it's a thing you have to do. Obviously, none of us were none of us could attend his real funeral, I guess.
Yeah.
And like this is the second best thing that we could do for him.
They did mention at the funeral that he liked his gaming. They didn't mention that he was a dirty rogue, but they did say that he liked his gaming.
More importantly, did they name drop the Origin so everybody knows what's going on?
I'm afraid that they didn't even talk about how he was a regular co-host on the Vulcan WoW YouTube channel, which I mean, really, I mean, what were they even doing? I think they were probably afraid the paparazzi would turn up.
God, somebody misinformed that man.
Yeah.
I was torn personally with the actual real life funeral. I nearly messaged Josh a few times about, would I be allowed to pop in? But like, obviously, I met JD in person once. You know what I mean? And I wasn't sure if it would be a.
I mean,
thing or not. Yeah.
There were a huge number of people at the funeral, which was really good, and
there should be.
Yeah, and like obviously, it's kind of outside of the scope of like the kind of the WoW scene in which all of you guys knew him. But one real positive thing is that all of his close friends, all of us that like went to school together and that were part of the friendship group that he was part of, have all kind of grown closer as a result of losing someone, which is, I think, good. And again, like it's nice to see as well that you guys who are like the other side of his interests, his online interests, his gaming interests, that you guys obviously remember in this way and that you're still doing what you're doing. It's nice to know that there's a community out there that he was a part of that continues. So
yeah, it's kind of weird that you spend like hundreds of hours with people, but then you never actually met them in person.
Yeah.
I mean, it is weird, but at the same time, like, I don't know, like lately, again, like I was talking to me and Farben were talking earlier when I was trying to get WoW to work badly, and I was just talking about how like this game is not just like a game; it's a vehicle for getting to spend time with people that you can't necessarily spend time with in real life, and that's something that's super fucking important, like way more important than just the game side of it.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't be here without the people to play with.
No, same here.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be doing Warfronts, like.
No, I'd still be doing Warfronts. Like, that doesn't need people. That's fine. Yeah. No, 100%. Like obviously Josh and I met at uni, and therefore sort of the connection to the JD was from there. But just like your ability to go across and see Arcade and Moy, and
Yeah.
like Ollie, one of our
Dude,
tanks
that was fucking sick.
back in the day. I spent New Year's with him once. Like I had no real plans. He had no real plans because his had fallen out. So Ollie came up, and that was like a mate who I'd had online through Origin for 6-7 months. Came
Yeah.
up, got significantly wasted, slept on my sofa, and then we went home the next day. You know what I mean? Like it was just one of those things. Like just because you haven't met somebody in person,
A one
doesn't
night
mean-
stand is what he's trying to say.
Oh, dirty one night stand. Tequila was involved. There was all sorts of things that you and your mother should not be hearing. But anyway,
Yeah, Moodus, he did main rogue. Sorry, I just saw that Moodus was asking, did he main rogue? He started out as a marksmanship hunter, and then basically, yeah, he and I basically essentially constantly played rock paper scissors for who was going to play warrior and who was going to play rogue because we both loved both classes so much. And essentially, what I boiled down to is that because he was reliable and would stay playing the game, and I would play for like a month and then quit, he got first choice and he played rogue.
You just don't want to admit that he was better at rock paper scissors than you.
He wasn't a better rogue than me. I maintain that.
I don't know, man. I've never seen you play rogue, so far he's winning.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you came to visit, that was fucking great. Obviously, me and Mark
Hey,
wanna
dude,
come
it was
to,
sick. Dude.
Obviously, you want to come to England at some point as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
see you.
man.
It's very sad that we can't see JD when the time comes. But
Yeah.
what was his drink? Strongbow.
Yeah, man. It was Strongbow.
Oh,
You
God.
drink Strongbow. Yeah.
I'll have
We
I'll
have-
have a few for him.
We can have
fucking
Strongbow this
then,
weekend.
Yeah, just like if you guys want to come over to England, obviously you've got, I'm sure you've got many friends in the British Isles from this guild that you want to see. But like, yeah, man, like I absolutely want to do that. Like coming over to Sweden was absolutely fucking sick. We, for anyone who doesn't know, there's a fucking island that's like off the coast of where Tim lives. Tim and Maya live.
and we don't live there anymore.
all right, well,
we
where
go
they
to the
live.
city, but
Yeah.
the flat that you visited.
Yeah, like where they used to live, like there's an island off the coast of it where there's like a graveyard for cholera victims. And one evening, like we just walked out like to this fucking island in the middle of winter, and we basically night fell and we were in the graveyard. And I swear to fucking God, like there was a fucking ghost that was like walking around behind us. Do you remember that?
No,
Yeah.
I was too scared to come. Ooh, I've never been there. Ooh.
Yeah, I remember seeing
Dude,
what
like-
looked like a
yeah.
fucking figure. Like in
Yeah,
the
like you.
distance, just
What
like
happened was is
the
like
back
this
of
this
the
graveyard has like it's got like a fence around it and a plaque base, and Tim went over to the plaque to read it out to me and explain what it was about. And then like he turned around and I was just like, oh right, I didn't realize that there were dog walkers here. And he's like, what are you on about? I was like, there's a dog walker that's just walked past. He's like, no, there isn't. Like, what the
Oh.
fuck?
Maybe it was Elliot in his sheet.
Fuck no, dude.
Yeah, it took way longer than I thought it was gonna take us to walk over there. We were away for hours.
Yeah, I remember you were gonna walk because it gets dark so early here, and you were gonna. I told you like you have to go soon because it's gonna get dark, and they don't have like lights there. So
No.
I think
Yeah.
you was back when you got home.
It was
Dude.
pitch black at the time.
Yeah,
when
we like were
got
walking
back.
down this like forest track, like some genuinely like this. It was like fucking being in the thing, right? It was like Arctic conditions, and then I swear to God, and Tim will back me up on this. There was just like a footpath off to the left, and there was just like a small wooden sign that just said Odin on the footpath. I was like, what? We follow this
Can't see
footpath, we
them.
go to Valhalla.
Yeah, you got die in combat though. Just a heads up.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it was great to give you some sort of an experience.
Oh,
of,
man, it was sick,
Sweden
like-
that was not just partying.
Yeah, jumping in the snow at like -15, like oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
played fucking Alterac Valley all day on my computer when I was at work.
Oh
Yeah, Codex
yeah.
Revenge,
Oh,
dude.
Oh yes.
Yeah, me and Maya running Burning Crusade for Transmog in between Coric's Revenge runs for like 5 hours straight. That's a real holiday.
Yeah. And drinking Monster.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you like
The
Correct
dream,
Revenge,
dude.
it's currently up.
Well, this is the problem though, because I tried to run it earlier today and my laptop basically terminated itself.
That's fair. I did one game. I was in there for about 45 minutes, and I joined when we were at the Alliance's bridge.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I love how that game can be like 20 minutes if you're quick, or like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was a meat grinder, and there was just a Guardian Druid doing like 20 million more damage than the next highest person just by spamming Thrash in the middle of our entire team, and he just wouldn't die.
I do absolutely love Coric's Revenge though. Like seriously, it's a slice of like MMO magic. It's why I love these kinds of games. Like, yeah, no, are you guys all excited for the Dragonflight raid?
Cautiously.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks cool. It looks like Maraudon, I've got to say. I'm happy with that. I like Maraudon.
I purposefully, I've purposefully not looked into it very much, but what I have seen, it looks interesting.
It's a big cave. That's pretty much it.
That's it. Big cave. Yeah. Sweet. Glowing
Yeah.
recommendation.
That sounds
Yeah,
good.
caves are good.
5-star
Yeah.
Trustpilot who would visit Big Cave.
I'm tired of fucking giant like platforms and like taking you into like 8 different places and like 9 different areas. Like when you're in one raid.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
you're not looking forward to Ulduar and ICZ.
Well, I mean, like of course I am, but I'm
Dude
not.
got absolutely hanged with his own argument there. Love it.
No, it's just like I'm tired of things like Sepulchre.
I am
never-
looking forward to
I'd
like
love
an
it
old
if-
school approach.
Yeah, I'd love it if we start at the entrance of a cave and we end at the back.
Yeah, I like the fact as well that it appears to be quite thematically varied, which is something that I appreciate from older raiding. Like again, without spoiling anything, it appears that there's like because there's an elemental sort of theme. There's like icy bits, there's fiery bits, and that's cool. Like I'm somebody who, you know, I've got a very juvenile approach to raiding. I like the visuals more than I like the sort of mechanics.
Like I mean, I think the best raid in Shadowlands, obviously, it was Castle Nathria, because it didn't feel
100%.
like you just climbed Dracula's castle, start
Yeah.
at the bottom, and like,
Yeah,
Apart from the dance boss. Fuck the dance boss.
oh, I love that.
I mean,
See-
the dance was fine once it has figured out how to do it.
I was gonna say, remember it, Tessa?
Oh, yeah. Poor lad. He never
Oh, I
really
was
found
so
the right word.
angry.
Yeah, that took a few. I think actually that was one of our rather heated whisper conversations with me and JD.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Was around why the fuck can't these people find the glowing goddamn lights?
Fucking half the raid was like rage whispering me the whole time.
Yeah.
Nam
Me,
was
me and
having a
Team
lot
were
of
like
problems.
raging to each other.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Nam going at some place, I don't fucking understand, or something like that. It just killed him every single time. And yeah, like I mean, I felt like Shadowlands was like really promising when we were doing that. Even though it took us a while with the Nathrius and stuff, I was like, okay, yeah, but it's gonna get better. But
Yeah, I remember me and you having a conversation like that, and me being like, "Shadowlands is decent, right?" And you're like, "Dude, Shadowlands is great. It's a great expansion."
yeah, that was my first
it
impression.
was.
It was my first impressions of BFA as well. After Uldir, I thought it was great. I thought Battle of the Zara lore was pretty good as well.
Yeah.
It was
One
after
thing-
that something happened.
One thing that I think BFA did quite a lot better than Shadowlands, though, was the leveling up storyline was so much better.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
most of Shadowlands, I was just like, I don't care.
Apart
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Maldraxxus, Maldraxxus was fucking awesome.
I think that's purely because you got entered into some sort of fucking Doom game. You're like, right, get in here. You're in an arena. Kill everything.
Yeah, and it's all just fucking skulls and spikes everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, the last like fond leveling experience I look back on is Legion, because again with Legion, very much like kind of Wrath or Burning Crusade, they gave us like 5 or how many it was, very distinct zones. Like I know that was true for Shadowlands as well, but there were 5 distinct zones where they felt like they had 5 interesting storylines, but they all fit into the narrative. I kind of just felt like with Shadowlands, it just felt like 5 random places like that they tried to shoehorn into one narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, like I love the look of the Venthyr zone and all of that, but I
Yeah.
thought that the zone itself, the questing wasn't really that interesting.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
Venthyr like campaign as well was, I think, the one I thought was the worst
Oh,
out of all of them, even though they had the coolest aesthetics next to the Maldraxxus.
Yeah.
Maldraxxus is probably like just in terms of the zone alone, and the story.
Dude, you were such a fucking Rob Zombie fan, man.
Speaking of Maldraxxus, how excited are you that Death Chakram is in your base talent now? I'll say.
Well, it's very cool, but it's not part of the the best setup, unfortunately.
It
Not
is for
currently,
marksmanship
anyway.
and pre-patch at least.
Yeah,
You can play marksmanship.
maybe. Like, who knows? Like, if the spec is more interesting now that you've got like some more options in your toolkit, maybe. But I think I'm gonna play Beast Mastery because I really like it.
I don't know how you've managed to do that for like fucking nearly 18 years, dude.
Well, I
Like,
haven't
what the
I
fuck?
haven't been playing Beast Mastery for 18 years, but I've been playing
How
a
many
lot.
years have you been playing Beastmaster for?
Well, this iteration of Beast Mastery I've been playing since Legion came out. So that's
Well,
when did
no,
Legion
go
come
on.
out?
So
Do a slash played for me, Acid. Come on.
You were playing Beast Mastery in WoD as well. Just putting that one out there as well.
How much time we got on the hunter?
367 days.
Oof.
How have you played that little? Because I played so much less than you.
When I was younger, I played a lot, but I also had like times when I had to go to bed and shit. I think my playtime has increased a lot just since Legion came out.
Since being able to set your own bedtime.
Yeah.
What, are you telling me that you didn't wake up or didn't get woken up by your mother because you were playing Dota late at night, like Base Hunter?
Well,
That's what happened to all Swedish people.
A thing that I used to do was in 6th grade, I used to pretend to go to school, but I would actually just go out to our garage and stand in there and wait for my mom and dad to leave for work, and I'd go back into the house and just play WoW.
Fuck's sake.
You legend.
I just
fucking
woke up
love you, you know.
I just woke up at like 3 in the morning or in the night and just started playing Sims until I had to go to school.
Hardcore raiding Sims.
Yeah.
I remember on my 17th birthday being like my mother coming down the stairs in tears at 2:30 in the morning, like crying, saying to me, "You're gonna fail school. You're gonna fail 6th form, and all because of that fucking World of Warcraft." So anyway, after she went to bed, I proceeded to carry on.
Hey man, you passed. You went to uni. You passed uni.
I was gonna say like 10 years later, I'm still at it.
Yep.
Oh man, I tell you what, I feel inspired to play Dragonflight now. I was on the fence, but
Yeah.
this merriment and good cheer has
Yeah.
brought me around to it.
Well, you're welcome to come and play with us.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm the same as like Paul, where like I don't know how much time I've got and stuff, but like yeah, for sure, like that sounds fucking cool.
I'm legitimately tempted to like leave my second job.
Dude, I wouldn't go that far, man. Like,
I don't know, man.
it's gonna be fun.
fucking
Like,
hate it.
You don't have to leave it. You just have to go out and stand in your garage and just wait for.
You're right. If I've learned anything from tonight, it's that the garage is a safe space.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, I say like 10 years from now, but like I've been playing for like since I was 13 before. So I've already been playing for about 4.5 years before this incident with my mother. So yeah, 10 years on top of that, I've been playing for about 14 years, which is fucking sad. But yeah.
I mean, I started in 2006 or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm staying away from that. Actually, hang on. No, I'm not. What's my earliest achievement? Go on.
Well, the achievements came in Wrath, so it won't help you.
No, I think I started in Wrath. I think I'm alright.
Okay.
I started in vanilla, didn't raid.
Yeah.
Did my first Karrison run in BC. I got the mount first try, left.
You absolute fucking arsehole. I got convinced to give the mount to a girl because she said she'd been transmog farming it for years, and so I gave it to her because I was a kind person.
Basic bitch.
I know. I fucking regret it. And this is a
You
good
wanted to
JD
be-
story. This is a good JD story, right? So I told him about it. I raged to him about it, okay? And then like the next time that we were in a group with that same person, she was on a different mount, and he came into the voice chat and went, "That doesn't look like the Horseman's Reigns," and left the fucking chat. Fuck's sake, dude.
And I've got something for WoW's fifth anniversary in 2009. It's the only thing I can find at the minute.
Yeah, I can't remember specifically when I started. All I know it was mid Burning Crusade, and that I was leveling a paladin in Westfall and had to hide from a level 70 capped rogue in Deathmantle as he rode past. It literally felt like I was fucking Frodo Baggins and I was hiding from the fucking Nazgul. And that's when I realised that undead rogues are like the pinnacle of aesthetics.
Yeah.
I got right here logged in during WoW's 4th anniversary. 23rd
Oh,
of
right,
November,
alright. You had to go-
2008.
You had to go one more, didn't you? Yeah.
Do I win with
How do you see
2007
that?
Vintage Winter Veil gift as well.
It's in feats of strength, I think.
Oh.
It's it's the same date because that's the date that achievements existed, but I do have the achievement for the 2007 Brewfest sign. So there, I'm one up in Arcade.
It can't be feats of strength because I've not got any, and I know I should have at least one because I got one
check.
today.
I
Wow.
just started at 2014.
Slew Prince Tenris Merkblood and acquired his Vampiric Battling Pet in 2009.
Fuck you! I missed that.
Oh, do you want to buy it for me?
I don't think you can trade that bet.
Didn't even know I had that.
I killed that guy once in the entire course of the event. I got the guitar, but I didn't get the pet, and then I couldn't find a group to kill him again to try and get the pet. Which is very annoying given the fact that I collect pets.
I have 2 of them.
For fuck's sake, I'll say.
Just keep that pet out at all times.
It's the same as the, like, I think it was mid-2007, the Celestial Dragonling that you got for the PvP tournament that you could watch. I
heard
missed
it.
that because that was like a week where I wasn't on because I was doing other stuff. And then I came back and I was like, wait, why have you got a dragon pet and I don't? It's just like, fuck me, I missed it.
Yeah, I did not know that I had this.
Well, you're a monster.
I'm gonna steal it when you're at work.
I don't even remember the event.
It was literally a boss in the basement of Karazhan. You went in, killed a bit of
Oh,
trash, and
yeah.
then you killed him in his room. And he had a chance of dropping a guitar, which was an axe, and had a use effect, which I got. He dropped the pet, and he dropped something else that I don't remember.
Yeah, I have two other pets. I don't think I have the guitar.
I have the guitar at least.
But yeah, Josh, we need people for Dragonflight. I know that you don't know like how much time you're gonna have in your hands to raid and whatnot, but I mean your character is in the guild, so
Yeah, no, like I want to play it, and I'm actually still in the process of deciding what I want to play. But like I was talking to Paul earlier, and I was saying stuff like how hyped I was to do like the new Alderman next week when it comes out and shit like that. So you know, it's a good time to do some dungeons with people and have some banter and see how it goes.
Is that the pre-patch event doing Old Demand?
Well, there's the event, but the actual revamped dungeon comes out on the 16th as well. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the events like go
Invasions.
to specific zones, and there's elementally aligned storms with a load of stuff to kill and bosses.
It's the fucking Legion invasions, but shiter, probably.
Yeah, probably.
It's
The
usually
Legion
that,
ones were
though.
sick.
It's
They were
easy
sick for
2-5. It's easy 252 catch-up gear. There's a toy and there's an heirloom if you get a rare drop from each type of storm.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun, and there'll be Korrix still, and there'll be the new dungeon then.
Okay, yeah, I've actually not like read up about anything about the pre-patch event. I was like actually thinking that there is no pre-patch event. They're just gonna let us level Drakthir's and shit like that.
Nah, it's just they release the talents, and then 2 weeks later they're releasing the actual pre-patch event and the new dungeon and the Drakthir and all that. So that's next Wednesday that'll come out. For the moment, it's just new talents to play with. But yeah, talents are alright. Some of them, some specs have got a bit shit ones, but for the most part, it seems like a decent improvement.
Honestly, I was looking at some different rankings of melee and range DPS, and one thing that was nice to see was that I think for the first time, generally across the board, obviously this is just people's opinion, it seems like the overwhelming majority of specs are considered B, A, or S tier, in terms of their fun playability, and there's only a few that are considered shitty to play, which hasn't been the tail of the tape for the last couple of expansions, sadly.
Probably Beast Mastery is one of them.
Beast Mastery is considered alright, but to be fair, Beast Mastery is always going to be considered alright because it's quite simple.
Well, I mean, it is, but you
Shot.
also got unlimited mobility as a raid.
Yeah. I mean, well, I raided it when we were doing Uldi, and I enjoyed it because of the fact that it was completely freeing. Zero being tied down means that you can do more mechanics, and that should be the hard part of the raiding, really.
Yeah, it's that's what brings me the joy, so I can actually actually bring something to the fight that's not just big damage. I can do big damage when the spec is good, but
yeah, it's reliable and it doesn't drop off in terms of you don't just rely on fucking instant burst either. It's fairly consistent damage.
yeah. When we were planning this event, like a month back or so, I revealed to all the other officers that I click my abilities to do DPS.
What?
I'm still considering booting you from the guild.
That was basically our reaction.
Do you know how annoying it is to sit next to him when he he clicks and he clicks on the keyboard? It's so much sound.
I do my utility with my keybinds.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure you must have told me this at some point, but this is a revelation all the same.
I did, and you asked me how do you turn? And I told you I used W.
That was my question as well, right after he said it to us.
Yeah, it's but how do you fucking turn? How do you do your 360 after you do a Cobra shot?
But I can see that you're turning with your mouse
With
now.
my mouse, but I have to move my hand.
Yeah, how do you jump, spin around, disengage so that you go in the direction you're moving without losing speed? That's a classic hunter move.
Mm-hmm.
But you do that with mouse, right? Or I do at least.
Yeah, if he turns with his mouse, then how is he clicking disengage?
Oh, really fast.
His workflow is something to be believed. He's got a whole setup for this shit.
He's turned Beastmaster into one of the most complicated specs ever.
Yeah, well, I've been playing the hunter like this since I started playing WoW. I got used to it, and now I can't change.
This man plays Dark Souls with the mouse and keyboard.
To be fair, that is a thing though. You get used to the keybinds and stuff. I remember playing Warcraft just on my laptop one night in front of my parents or something, and they were on about how I couldn't play the keyboard for shit, but I could actually throw all these fucking random keybinds and have it all Alt 1 2 3, Shift 1 2 3, etc. etc. But I couldn't play the piano. All right, calm down.
To be fair, I'm left-handed, so my keybinds are probably absolutely fucking heretical. for most of you guys.
Mm-hmm. Use in general, yes.
Yeah. Well, I basically you think. Well, I was going to say you'd think I was a goblin, but it's probably not. It's probably going to set myself up for a roasting. But I basically crouched over to the left of my keyboard because I've got the mouse in my left hand to the left of it, and then my hand is on the WSD, which is also right at the far left of the keyboard.
Oh my god.
You got a little 45-degree angle in your keyboard, yeah.
I basically sat taking up like 1/4 of my laptop, like turning to the right to look at the screen.
I mean, I may click my abilities, but like I told everybody in the officer chat when we had the meeting, like my DPS is not a problem, so you can't boot me out of the guild for that.
Yeah, that's why though. You had to have
Just
like
a
2 or 3
principle.
tiers. Yeah, 2 or
A
3
maverick.
tiers where your damage was okay and therefore high, and then you could finally admit to them what you do.
There have been tiers
That's
when
it.
I have been where I have been like at the top 3 as well.
Exactly. So
This is like the definition of
My
the.
ability.
This is the definition of the. He might be against the books, but he gets results. Goddammit! I can't kick him off the force.
I
The origin noir.
I haven't quite mastered the art of doing it from the spell book yet.
Oh,
Oh.
don't
Maybe
you
one day.
dirty
Separate
bastard.
screen, just like one monitor, 2 on the side. You just you tab your fucking spellbook up. Resolution is like minuscule, so it's just the spellbook taking up the whole screen.
I mean, I could probably do it. I think my damage would be a lot worse, but I could probably get through a raid by doing it.
I think that's the roleplay way to do it. After all, I mean, ultimately, we are casting spells from the spellbook.
Well, then you need to do like we
Oh
we
my
had
God.
this guy Cecil who was in the guild previously.
Oh yeah.
He
Is
was
he
playing-
left? Is he?
I'm not sure where he is.
Pretty sure he's the warlock I was on about before.
Yeah, well, he was playing Survival Hunter for a while, and he had made macros for all his like damage abilities. So he would yell like snake, and like
God.
attack, and
Yes, I
spear,
remember
and
that.
whatnot. So
Dude,
he was
that
just,
sounds
like,
fucking
spamming
nutty.
the chat.
Yeah,
That is wacky, man.
that's one word for it.
Yep, and that was during Battle for Dazar Law that we had him doing that.
Yeah, but
had it set up-
he also did it in Antorus, I think.
He had it set up not only for his Survival Hunter, but also for his Retribution Paladin.
It's the Red Paladin, I remember.
But as for this expansion, he turned up and begged to join a run of Sanctum.
Yeah.
Came for like half the run, said, I need to go, and then never logged in again. Which was an
Fucking
interesting.
hell. Have you called the police about this? That man might have been the victim of some sort of home invasion.
Oh my god.
Is this
No,
guy?
I need to go. I've got important things I need to do. And then he just didn't log on again.
Well,
Is this how you guys talk about me when I left? Yeah.
No,
He probably
'cause-
left. He's like, those guys are fucking hell. Those guys are not cool enough to have me in my macros. I'm going elsewhere.
Exactly what I
I
thought.
mean, I don't remember you having really
but
weird
no.
macros, Father.
But I'm
No,
following
no.
him. I'm following him on Instagram. He's fine.
He's alive.
Yeah.
He's
I
alive.
know him.
He's
fine.
alive.
I'm
I
here.
think that Sanctum raid. It was during Ramadan, and he left in the evening because he had to go and eat.
Oh, right. Oh.
That's like a legitimate excuse, though.
See,
Logging
that's a
back in.
twist I was not seeing coming. I was picturing him. I thought he was like a I don't know. I thought he was like some like really weedy Dutch kid. Like I didn't expect him to be Muslim.
Well, I mean, it could just be like
You
like
could
a
be both.
family.
Yeah, I know, of
for him,
course, yeah.
Like to that point. But the thing is, like, he did actually not come back after that. So I guess it was quite a big meal he had.
Yeah.
I don't know, weird man.
I think he logged in like last week for 5 minutes, logged out again. So he was gone for a good year.
I mean, I can't say shit.
At least you said you were going to stop playing and then didn't just disappear in the middle of a raid and never show up again.
New Discord, who this?
To be fair, like at least wait until the raid's over. Like, is
Oh,
it like your love of WoW just disintegrates through the course of one half of a raid? That's bad. Like those level designs must feel really upset.
That's exactly what it was.
Especially when it was I'm not geared, can you boost me please? And we were like, okay, because you say you're thinking about raiding, and then he does that.
Did he get any gear?
Yes.
Oh man, I see what happened now.
Absolutely played.
He played you guys for a fiddle.
Note to self: come back as a casual raider and steal loot.
Don't
Yeah.
spoil the plot.
Nah, you can't be a casual raider, Farthing. You've got to come back as an
Fucking-
evoker and just kill people with the grab ability.
I was going to say I won't be killing anybody. They'll be killing themselves wherever I put them. There's a fine line. The law says.
Well, in
Mhm.
Warlords, when me, Steve, and Elliot, Katie, and Tom, we were in a guild called the Saints. We had this death knight in our guild at the time. His name was Malka. He was always drunk, like when he was raiding. And like I remember, we could never actually get him to like do the fights properly.
No, I think the guildmaster felt sorry for him because he was like super depressed, alcoholic, basically.
Oh yeah.
Like super awkward.
This is rough.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got like a couple of those things going for me. That's fine. I
I remember we were trying to, in Hellfire Citadel, we were trying to tell him to do some sort of mechanic, and he was like, "Okay, just let me get a glass of beer first, and I'll do it."
I remember you telling me about this when I was in Sweden.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's kind of how I run my life. So
No,
I mean,
well,
let's not bash on that guy. All right.
well,
I
I mean,
don't know, you seem to at least be functioning.
Oh yeah,